everybody. Welcome to Lent, right? Yay. So I'm filming this on Ash Wednesday. I love Lent. I think it is just the most beautiful time of year in terms of really digging in and being able to detach from the world, rise to heaven, get rid of some of the yucky stuff that we deal with the rest of the year. And honestly, coming off of like Advent and then the Christmas time, and then we get to like Septuagesima, which I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. I love the liturgical calendar. There is so much beauty with the rise and fall of the tide of the fasting and feasting. And so here we are, and it's time to fast again, and that's a good thing. So I wanted to kind of give you a life update, as the title says, and just kind of talk about, I do want to mention a book. I'll mention a book. I know you guys want me to do a book video. I'm going to do a book video, but I want to share with you my absolute favorite book right now, that's spiritual reading. I want to talk about coaching because I am in a completely different place with my homeschool, and I just want to share that with you. What else was I going to talk to you guys about? The community, of course. I want to give a little shout out to the community, what's going on over there, and I want you all to come over there. If you are a Catholic woman, come into the community, come be supported, come live liturgically, come talk about decluttering and meals and our Catholic faith and motherhood and being a wife and all the good things, you guys. There's so many buckets, right, that we have as Catholic wives and mothers. And Zooms are still happening, so that's coming up too, so keep an eye out for that. There's at least one a month, if not two, and this month things just kind of got pushed back because of Lent, and then I'm going on a trip next Wednesday, and I'm really excited about it. Okay, so, and I'm reading this. Yay! Think Reflections. I have read this a few different times, and every time I listen to it and read it, I'm so inspired. Okay, so, book first. Should we do book first? Okay. I'm getting it. All right, so this, Divine Intimacy. I've wanted this book for so long. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago when everybody was talking about Divine Intimacy. It was like all the rage on Instagram, which I'm not on Instagram anymore, so I'm totally out of the Catholic loop. But Father Gabriel, of St. Mary Magdalene, OCD. He wrote it in, have I already told you guys about this book? I may have. He wrote it in 1953. It is based on St. Teresa of Avila's way of like meditation. So there is a little prayer, there are 2 meditations, and then there's a colloquy. Is that how you say it? You know, like a prayer from the heart that you pray to God. Do you guys like my sweatshirt? It says bonjour. I like love it so much. So I can't I can't give this book enough praise. There's 2 tabs, which I love. So on the gold one, I do that for every Sunday. And then the black one is like, because there's no dates in here other than it follows the traditional calendar, and there's no dates, but there are every Sunday, or like today they had a reading for Ash Wednesday, and it's always based on the scripture with the traditional Latin Mass, or the traditional calendar, which is so nice because the traditional calendar stays the same every year, whereas the new calendar has A, B, and C cycle. So this, back before 1969, you could read any book by the saints, and if they referred to, like St. Alphonsus de Liguori, you guys know I love him, and like his sermons for all year relate to the same calendar that this one does. Like, they all relate to each other because the church very carefully put together the liturgical calendar of the readings. And then, the idea with the new Mass was that, well, we want to cover more of the Bible. And so it lost some of its order and simplicity when they did that. So this is going to follow the traditional calendar, but again, this is amazing. Even if you go to Novus Ordo, get this book. So it looks like this. It's just wonderful. So right now, because of Ash Wednesday, tomorrow is going to be a meditation on death, and then the proof of love, the spirit of mortification, and then it gets to the first Sunday of Lent, the Great Combat, and you can always go back if you missed one, because I don't tend to read it every single day, but most days. So this is what I'm walking through Lent with. I just got this for Christmas, and I'm just so in love with it. Okay. So that's my book for now. I will link it down below. I got mine from Angelus Press. Sometimes it actually goes out of print, and sometimes Amazon has it for the same price as Angelus Press, and sometimes it doesn't. So I'll put both links down below if I can find them. There's also a really cool website called bookfinder.com type a book in and you can find it in multiple places. So that's pretty cool. I'll link that down there too. Okay, what did I say I was gonna do? Life update, coaching. Okay, I wanna talk about Emily Brown. So, you guys, I have been in so many different communities lately. I will list them all down below. They are all amazing and beautiful. Let's see. You guys know I coached with Coach Carol for a year. If you wanna learn more about the empowered wife and mindset and like all around your Catholic marriage, which, you know, think about it as God and then marriage. So if your marriage is not like in a place you want to be, or if you're not as joyful and happy as you want to be within your marriage, go read The Empowered Wife, go join Coach Carol. I'll link it down below. She was my first kind of like guru. Well, besides Jody, which I did IFS counseling or coaching with, internal family systems coaching. That was amazing too. I'll put Jody's information down below if you're looking for an internal family systems life coach. You can check her out too. So Jody was first, then Coach Carol. Then I found Colleen Kessler from Raising Lifelong Learners. And I'm filming right now. Give me a minute, please. And Colleen is awesome for anyone who has neurodivergent children and you're homeschooling. So like if you have, I think she calls them atypical development, but she was a teacher in like has like her master's I think in gifted education. She talks about something called twice exceptional, to where like if there's a bell curve, your kiddos are over here on one subject and over here on the other subject, and there's not a whole lot of like average going on at your home. And so they're either like a couple years behind in math, but then their verbal communication is like way up here, you know, that's what twice exceptional is, or they have a disability like dyslexia, but then they're also like gifted in some area. So she specializes in 2E, but she talks about like autism, ADHD, anxiety, and there's a lot of information about like executive function, emotional regulation, growth mindset, all that stuff is within Colleen's program. And so I joined it for about a month. I got like a free trial when her book came out. Couldn't keep it, and just now rejoined because this is where I need that side of things. And my children my son loves the Lego Club, and my daughter is just joined like the teen chat that happens twice a month. And there's groups for children within Colleen's circle account, which is just really cool. So I found Colleen. Then I found Dr. Natasha Daniels. This is gonna be a long video, by the way. And Dr. Natasha Daniels is a child therapist who specializes in anxiety and OCD in children. I will put her information down below. Her community opens up once in a while. I think it's closed right now. And her stuff has been life-changing for us. I don't think we have obsessive compulsive disorder going on in our home, but we definitely have anxiety, both me and my son. And it's been really, really amazing and life-changing, and just like growing in compassion. Having attended a couple of her free webinars, which I will always tell you guys when there is a free Dr. Natasha Daniels event going on. She does like these week-long trainings, and then usually she'll open her community up afterwards. But whether you join the community or not, I didn't the first time, and that was fine. But I since then have, and it's just been a really amazing kind of just deep diving. Anxiety is actually quite simple to fix, but you just have to do the work. And then this January, as you guys know, I found Catholic Mom Calm, which was awesome. Sterling's awesome. Christina's awesome. Larissa's awesome. And I found Emily Brown. And the way I found Emily Brown, it took me forever to get over here, was through her short. It was like a God thing. I don't usually even watch shorts. And she showed up, and it was like, I am obsessed with helping people find peace and joy in their homeschool. And I was like, wait, who are you? And I clicked through, and I was like, yes, please. And she was doing something called Restart Week. Now, Emily's programs are not single buys. You buy into the community for the length of time that you want to participate in the specific course. And then you have access to everything, of course, when you do that. And so I just knew that I wanted to get to a different place in my homeschool. I have been homeschooling Chloe's 14, so it's been a while, and the whole time. And other than maybe like 2019, if you guys watch some of my homeschool videos from like that year, I was pretty confident because things were pretty early on, and I think Ryan was deployed for like half the year, and we were just kind of doing our thing, and 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 then I kind of got in my head, and we went to Germany, and Chloe getting older, and I started like being in a stress cycle and a fear cycle, and things just felt very overwhelming. And so anyway, I found Emily, and that has all changed just with 2 months of coaching. Emily's amazingly accessible when you join her program. She like really responds really well to email. You can get into her circle, like if you join her community, it includes a circle group, and so you can get in there and you can ask for coaching. She's so responsive, she's so clear. I love like how she presents in a really professional way, like she has her stuff together. And so me, who's a little bit flighty and a little bit less together, my brain is like, listen to what she says, even if it's a little overwhelming at times, because she seems to know what she's talking about, and that's a goal. Not comparison wise, but just like seeing, the fruit of doing the mindset work. And so so Emily does cover everything with regards to mindset work. She has a whole section on like getting started and the mindset, and then relationships, and then I haven't got to the other ones. There's homeschool one. She has a cool like temperament. Like she has Emily Ann is like helping her, and she has an amazing temperament series I'm just still in, and it's just been like, whoa. So like by the fruit of coaching with Emily has been just this really amazing compassion for myself and my son and my husband and my daughter, my daughter's like less neurodivergent than the rest of us, so she's a lot more even keeled than some of us, but she so I can't suggest her enough. Right now we're doing a beloved course based on Be Healed. So if you dove into Be Healed and you want to get like life coaching on like the here and now, I will of course put Emily's information down below. It is not too late to join. We're in prep week right now. It starts Monday at 2 p.m. Central. So you have plenty of time if you are like, I want to Be Healed for Lent, like because I talked about it before. You could totally dive into Emily's talk. This is gonna be like a 30-minute video again. That's okay. Oh, I wanted to talk about neurodivergence for a minute. This is something else I want to talk about. So I posted a video, and some of you were like, yay, and some of you were like, that doesn't make any sense, and I don't like that you're using that title. So because I was saying, hi, I'm Laura and I'm autistic, and people didn't like that. And so I pursued testing literally so that, and I prayed about this, and God's like, yeah, pursue testing. That way you can like, you have your official paperwork and you can get out there and you can talk about it. Because even though in the autistic community, being self-diagnosed is totally legit, it's like there's so much judgment from, I don't know, like other people. And so whether that matters or not is yet to be determined, I guess. But so I'm just going to use the word neurodivergent for now, because I know that I'm not neurotypical. So neurotypical are people who all their brain wires are the way that like if you follow the bell curve, they're in the middle somewhere, and they kind of develop in this very like orderly way, kind of one step forward, 2 steps back, or 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Whereas someone who's neurodivergent, their brain just wired differently, like as they're being created by God, right, in the womb. And things are just a little bit more extreme. They can have higher intensities. For example, one of the big things with autism is that you have to have some kind of like intense sensitivity, whether it's sensitivity to sound or taste or smell or touch or the other sense that I'm like spacing out. You have to like tags have to bother you, or loud noises, and it's really all about just getting like when you get dysregulated, like. And so just like whether I have autism or not doesn't really matter. And I'm looking into getting a diagnosis, but an autism assessment is not a small feat. And so I'm gonna let the Lord deal with that. The ADHD, that was easy, like self-diagnosed, not a big deal. Of course, there's like everyone's like, I'm ADHD, but you can go read I'll put down the DSM-5 and you can look at those and say, okay, is this something that I deal with or not? Women are super underdiagnosed with all this neurodivergent stuff because we tend to mask, we tend to, try to fit in, or, being quiet as a woman isn't really an alarming thing. Oh, she's just demure and quiet, or she's shy, and we tend to explain things away, and then we're observing other people, and we're kind of like trying out different social things to see what works. But if you have a line of broken friendships behind you, like I do, then, it's something to think about, mostly because there are so many tools in our toolbox. And the more you learn about the neurodivergent world, whether it is like ADHD or anxiety or depression or OCD or dyslexia or dyscalculia or autism or ADHD, I don't know, I feel like I missed something. Just any of that stuff, right? If you struggle with any of that stuff, there are tools out there. And when you start to dive in, if it's like, and if this doesn't interest you, that's cool. That's awesome. Go live your best life. But if you're like, I've been struggling, especially since I stopped going to school, and I've never diagnosed with anything, but like, why is life so hard? Or why is it easy in the workplace in a structured environment, but I can't figure out how to fold the laundry every time? Or, that's when you can kind of start thinking, maybe I'll deep dive into some of this stuff. If you're like me and like to deep dive. Right now I'm dealing with this whole demand avoidance conversation. That is really interesting, very fascinating. Is why I didn't go to school often. I skipped a lot. So, and I'm like a total good girl, but I skipped a lot. And whether that was to keep me from like burnout, or part of it was just because I just don't like people telling me what to do. Okay, moving on. I said Emily, Neurodivergent, talked about the book, life update. There was something else I was going to talk to you guys about. Well, I did want to share that, very exciting. Ryan is going to be getting out of the military. This is the plan. And God seems to be, we're discerning, right? Baby steps towards discernment. And the plan right now is for Ryan to start his own pressure washing business. He's super excited. I'm so excited for him. He's like this sweet little boy in a candy shop or something when things arrive for this. And so today the power washer arrived. So I will of course just kind of keep you guys updated on this journey we're on to start his own business, and to I'm just really proud of him. I'm really proud of him. It's been really fun watching him blossom into the man he's supposed to be. He's becoming, and so it's really amazing. So anyway, if anyone has a husband who's a pressure washer, I don't know like how popular this is, but there's a lot of people on YouTube that talk about it. But so the goal is to move up north and closer to our chapel, and be more involved in that community, and to rent a house and eventually buy a house. And I mean, again, we plan and God laughs. So we'll see what how everything goes. But for now, we are really excited. And let's see. So that'll be happening probably like August is when we'll be moving. But I will keep you guys updated. So for Lent, my big thing is decluttering and Fly Lady, using the Fly Lady system. I also know Sterling Jaquith is offering her declutter challenge. So if anyone is, joining that, please let me know down below. And I'm running out of steam because I don't remember what else I was going to talk to you guys about. So I guess I'll end it here because it's almost 20 minutes. And if I forgot something, I'll just plop it into the next video, because I know I kind of previewed. I was like, what was I going to share? I don't know. Anyway, so life update really is, the community. So, okay. So Circle. So as of tomorrow, March 6th, my Facebook community will be archived. And there are like 86 of you in there. 86. And 2 people that were pending. So I don't know why you wouldn't all follow me over to Circle. I want you all in Circle. So it's $5 a month. The reason it costs money is because it costs money for me to like set it up and to run it. And that cost shows up year after year, and it's a big cost. However, if you can't or don't want to support, the community, but you still want to be in the community, I still want you there. So I will link down below a free month pass. You can join the community. You can enter into all 10 spaces. There's 10 spaces, so make sure you have access to all 10. They kind of follow the bucket system, which I've talked about in, I think, my other channel. So it's like God, marriage, parenting, like motherhood, homeschooling, meals, homemaking, our Catholic faith. That was supposed to be a bigger one. Prayer requests. I have a whole section on prayer requests. And then like a spot to introduce yourself and a spot to kind of like start here, which I'll obviously be building this out. I never plan on leaving Circle. Like, unless Circle shuts down, I plan on doing this for like 10 years. I want this to be this like really robust community of Catholic women who like that that is like the focus is our Catholic faith and then how we live our vocation, because we're all supposed to be blooming into the light, we're all blooming into the woman, right, that God wants us to be, so that when we are on our deathbed or we die and we face our particular judgment, God says what? You guys, what God says what? He says, well done, my good and faithful servant. Come enter into the joy of the Lord. You just want to like go like this, just big hugs, right? You want a big smile, big Jesus hug. Well done. There are the gates. Let's go, right? Don't even get me started about purgatory. You can have a whole different discussion about how God does not want us to assume we're going to purgatory. Please do not assume you're going to purgatory. Work on being a saint now. Work on mortifying yourself now. Work on always having your sins ever before you and always having a heart of a penitent. And you'll be fine. You'll be fine, you guys. You'll be fine. Work on St. Teresa's The Little Way, okay? Be humble. Stay a child. Strive for sainthood. Ask God for sainthood. And then, just do your best to be a saint. Doesn't mean you're just a good person. Okay, you have to detach. You have to like walk the way. We could probably do a whole different video on like being a saint here and now and not hurting Jesus' heart by assuming you're going to purgatory. Okay, the purgatory is a mercy, but it's not where he wants his people to go. Okay, like he wants us. That was like the Old Testament and the limbo. That was necessary because heaven wasn't open, but now heaven's open. Those people weren't in purgatory. They were in limbo. They were just hanging out like in the waiting room. There is no waiting room anymore. So yeah, let's strive for that. So community is really important to get there. In the community, we talk about like resources. I try to post in there at least once a day. I try to respond to all the comments. So whether you decide to join financially and support us, or you need a free coupon, if you have a free month and you're like, I love this, I want to stay, but I can't afford it, just email me, just message me in the community. It's not hard for me to send you a coupon. It's just, I wanted to have both options because, like I said, this world is not free. So sometimes it is super helpful for those of you who can afford it to crowdfund, because that is an awesome thing. Crowdfunding is amazing what you can do. Okay, so with that was right, community. So please, all 86 of you and whoever else is listening to this video and wants to hang out with other Catholic women, come try it out. Come try it out for $5 a month, or come ask me for a coupon and, it'll be down below. The coupon will be down below. It's BL free one. BL free one. All one, all capitals. And there you go. Okay, guys, so let me know down below what's going on in your life right now. It's March. The weather is lovely here. Like in Oklahoma, there's sun. It's actually really cold today, but there's always sun, and I love it so much, and I love Oklahoma so much. I don't love the tornadoes, but I love everything else about Oklahoma. Well, I don't really love the wind either, but that's okay. We're going to make it work. So you guys, yeah. Okay, we're in Lent. This is good. Tell me down below what you're reading for Lent. That's a really safe question. You don't have to tell me how you're mortifying yourselves or anything like that. But if you have gotten to the end, I like those. I like those when I watch a video and then I get to the end. They're like, hey, this one girl's like, hey, put a sunflower emoji down below if you got to the end. I thought that was so fun. Okay, so 2 things. If you got to the end, leave a kitty emoji, because my daughter loves kitties. So let's do that. And tell me what spiritual reading you're doing for Lent, because everybody who listens to this video should be doing some kind of spiritual reading for Lent, above and beyond what you normally do, even if it's just a little bit extra. I'm doing that video series by those Norbertine priests that I shared yesterday. I'll link that down below too. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. It was super fun chatting with you. I hope that this video blessed you. I hope you had some fun. I want to see you in the community. If you join the community, send me a direct message and be like, hey, I joined. I'm so excited to be here. That'd be super fun for me. That'd be such a gift. When you join, it's such a gift for me because then it gives me community too. And we all need community, and it's just super fun to have that together. Okay, guys. Bye. Pax Christi.